Every local business has the same problem, whether it's a car detailer in Miami or a hairdresser in London. The business will spend money on ads, SEO optimization, or word of mouth to get leads. But the thing is, when somebody calls at 7 p.m., no one's picking up the phone. And when a lead fills out a form, no one is getting back to them for 6 hours, and by the time that they do, the customer has already moved on to the next business. 80% of leads go cold in the first hour, and that is not my stat, that is an industry average. Most local businesses don't even realize this is happening because they are busy doing the work that they're actually good at, cutting hair or detailing a car, for example. Then there is the Google reviews, which every business owner knows that they need, but the thing is that they ask maybe once or twice because they have no system for it, feel awkward, and then stop. These are by no means complex problems. They're in fact very boring problems. But the thing is that the boring problems are where the money is. So here's exactly what we sell. One product with 5 different parts. The first thing that the business is going to get is a completely updated and overhauled professional looking website. That is going to get the business 5-star Google reviews automatically without them having to lift a finger. Then we have the speed to lead, where we implement systems that can handle, nurture, and qualify all their leads coming into the business over SMS, social media, a website widget, for example. Let's say a person is calling in at 2 p.m. and the person is busy detailing a car, therefore the call is missed. Then our system is going to pick up the phone, qualify the interest, and book in a meeting if that is the case. If the person is trying to sell them a pizza, it's just going to hang up the phone. Finally, we have the mobile app, where we're just going to collect all their social media platforms and all their messaging platforms in one place so that they can easily manage everything from one application instead of 6. Let's first talk about the website, because a website is not just a website. It is what creates the first impression for a customer checking you guys out. And in this case, having a terrible looking website versus having a clean professional looking website is going to create a monumental difference. You could compare it to wearing a Shrek outfit to a first date instead of a nice clean suit. The quality of your website is going to instantly determine if the person is going to take you seriously or not, which is also going to have an effect on if they're willing to buy from you or not. That is why having a clean website is extremely important. To give you an example of a good website, here's one we created for one of our clients. She had a very bad website before, and we just completely overhauled it. And the reason that this is a good website is because it has a clean, simple introduction, tells the person what it is and what it does with a clear CTA right here. They can press, go to her Instagram, book a call, whatever. Then we have a collection where people can check out all of her previous work to get inspired and to figure out what they actually want. And then at the end, we have the CTA, where people can press a button and get in contact with her over WhatsApp or Instagram. As you can see, this is not a complex website whatsoever, but it does the job of speaking the message, matching the brand's vibe, and giving the person a clear way to get in contact with the artist. And that is essentially all you need. Then we have the 5-star Google review system, which is essentially just going to get the business, like I mentioned before, 5-star Google reviews on autopilot. And the way that it works is that every single time a job is finished, the AI or the system is going to reach out to the person saying something like, "Hey XYZ, we loved having you dine with us," if it's a restaurant, for example. "Very curious about what your experience was. Did everything live up to your expectations?" If they then respond something like, "Hey, yes, it was solid, thanks," it's going to determine that that is a happy response, and therefore it's going to send them the Google review link and ask them kindly to leave a Google review. If they didn't respond, it's going to send a follow-up message, but of course it's not going to spam them because that would ruin our reputation. Let's say the person wasn't happy and thought that this was a terrible service and that they would never come back again. The AI is then going to determine that as a bad response, then say, "I'm very sorry to hear that," and then it's going to ping the team, you guys at the business, to say, "Hey, this person wasn't happy with our service. You need to get back to them and figure out what was wrong." That could, for example, be a free dinner on the house because you want to make up for the bad experience to not create a bad reputation about you guys. And by doing this, we can assure that most of the reviews that you guys get from now on are going to be positive, happy experiences. Then we have the speed to lead. And we know firsthand how difficult it can be to manage different social platforms and have so many places where leads can write to you and make sure that you get back to them in time. And that is exactly why we created this system. And this is exactly what it does. Whenever a person reaches out to you on Instagram, Facebook, SMS, email, on your website, wherever it might be, instead of them having to wait for your manual response in 6 hours, which you already know, which is going to unfortunately cause a lot of people to leave and find one of your competitors who responds quicker, we set up a system that will automatically respond and keep a conversation going with these leads, nurture them, figure out what they want, and if they're interested in booking a meeting or booking a consultation or booking a car detailing job, for example, it's going to do that completely by itself by asking questions and talking with the prospect. That way, it's automatically going to funnel the person into your business and book a job which can get you money. And that is not all, because that was only the inbound part of it. Let's say someone fills out a form on your completely new website. Instead of you having to reach out to them manually, an agent is going to do that completely by itself within 60 seconds. It's then going to go through a similar flow as the one that I talked to you about before, qualifying the prospect, seeing if there's actual interest in the service, and if there is, booking them into you guys' calendar. That way we can both ensure inbound and outbound leads get converted properly, instead of them having to wait multiple hours and go over to your competitor. The next one is missed call nurturing, or voice AI we could also call it. And the way that it works is that every single phone call that you miss during the day is going to get funneled over to our system or an AI that is going to talk to the prospect, figure out what they want, and determine if it's a person of interest, like the speed to lead would do, except it's just over the phone. And if it is a person of interest or a person that could use your service, it's going to book them into the calendar and give you a new revenue opportunity. With that being said though, a phone call is always going to be a little bit more personal than an SMS or Instagram chat log. And that is also why we haven't set this to take every single call. It's only going to take the calls that you would otherwise miss. Let's say you're working and you are free to take a phone call. Your phone is going to call exactly like before, and you can just pick it up and speak with the potential customer. But let's say you're a mechanic and you're laying under the car trying to fix it and you miss the call completely. Then the AI is going to take the call and talk to them and nurture them like the speed to lead agent. That way we can minimize the risk of losing potential revenue. Then we have the mobile app, and this is honestly my favorite feature of them all. Here is exactly how it works. The first thing that it does is that it connects all of your social platforms and all your message threads into one singular application. We know firsthand how annoying it can be to have to check 7 different social platforms, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, email, SMS, through all the different 7 apps. And the thing that this does is that, it's connecting them all to one application, which means you can just open up this app, go to my inbox, and you can see all the messages and inquiries that would have landed from any of your apps and easily manage it through one place, which is so amazing. The second thing that it also does is that it manages your actual appointments. So maybe you're used to having a paper folder hanging on your wall with manual appointments or manual calendars. You will not need this anymore, because this app is going to solve that problem as well. You're going to be able to see your calendar inside of the app. You're going to see the activities that is going to happen during the day, and that way you can always be prepared, and it's so easy. You just have to check this simple app. The third thing that you're able to do is getting a complete overview on your business. How many appointments you're going to have today, how many unread messages that you've had the last 30 days, also stuff about your revenue, how much money you've had come in today, and all of that stuff. And it's all going to be found in the same app, which I think is just amazing, and it's something we use every day as well in our business. You're maybe sitting now and wondering, well, what does this cost? Because this seems to include a lot of stuff, and I don't have $2,000 every single month to spend on these systems. And I'm here to tell you that you don't need that, because this you can all get for $297 a month. The reason that I decided to price this as low as I did is because I want to help as many business owners as possible. I'm speaking with multiple business owners every single day, and they all tell me that they know AI is important and that it's here to stay, but they just, being completely honest, don't know where to start at all. And also they have to tread the waters very carefully, because so many people are out here trying to shark them and sell them systems that are so overpriced. My personal belief is that every single business owner should use and leverage AI. And that is regardless if you're just trying to save time in the day-to-day, or if you're trying to scale your business to $1 million a month. And that is regardless if you want my help setting this up somebody else, or you decide to set it up yourself. It doesn't matter. Everyone should be using AI. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. If you found any of this helpful, please leave a like on the video and drop a subscribe. It would help a lot. And also, if you have a question, just drop it down below. I'll make sure to answer every single one of them. If you're interested in learning more about AI, I have a completely free school community where we teach people to leverage and use AI every single day. With that being said, I hope you have a blessed rest of your day, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.